I had gone to a public high school, and I also attended a private high school, so I got to see like the differences between it. Obviously the private high school reminds me more of back home, the schools back home, just because of the structure and everything. But the public high schools, whew. And then having a Kenyan mom that has very Kenyan, like understanding in how to live, trying to teach me how to live as a Kenyan in America, but I'm going to public school that is in America, of which she has no idea
how it is. Yeah, I wish every African parent that came here, like my parents or your parents, went to school here just to understand.
Man.
Like my mom used to tell me, I didn't bring you here to make friends. I don't want you making friends.
Right.
Like, how do you walk around a school that has 4,000 students and she don't expect you to talk to one person and be friends?
Right.
Like, I've never understood that concept.
Exactly.
Right? But I also kind of get it because I think when they say it, it's not that they don't want you to make friends. I think they say it in a way where it's like we don't want you to get mixed up with the wrong crowd.
Right.
I think that's what but they don't know how to articulate that in a way you see it that way.
Right.
Because they say don't make friends.
Don't make friends.
And that means don't talk to nobody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I think one of the things I feel like I wish they all went to school here. Like we're talking about high school, not college, because like if you go to college, it's different. Like,
it's different.
But if you went to like high school, middle school, and you see how kids, because we're kids.
Yeah.
It's hard for us to not interact with other kids.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But that was one of the things. But funny thing is, I remember when I was in school here, though, when I first came here, they had the system where like, that was very interesting to me. Like, you can call my mom because you had like a phone here at your desk that you can call my parents and tell them if I did something wrong in class.
Right.
That was thing, like we never had that. Like when I was going to school back home in Guinea, we didn't have that.
You didn't have that.
So they had that here. And I remember I was one of them students where I'm like, I cannot let the teacher call my parents.
Yeah. Right.
I cannot let the teacher, like,
Yeah.
because back home, if somebody talks about your kid, it's almost like your kid might seem like they're disgracing you.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
So we have that mindset where when we come here, it don't matter if the teacher's wrong.
Right.
We do not want to be in trouble.
Right.
But then I look at like the American kids, man, they're like, well, man, call my mom. I don't care.
Exactly. Wait, what?
I'd be like, what?
But yeah. That's definitely a culture shock for me too. When I came here and kids talking back to their parents. Oh my God. Like what? Like that to me, I just could not comprehend.
You couldn't understand it.
I couldn't understand it at all. Because that's taboo.
Yeah.
That's a curse.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
It is.
And so it's just crazy that how just open they are.
Yeah.
And then in schools, like you said, like our schools, back home, we used to get disciplined by the teachers.
I know.
The teachers had permission to
I feel like
us.
Not just the teacher. Back home, I feel like anybody older than you can discipline.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a right that's not written, but it's like a law that everybody understands.
Yeah, that's for sure. Like the respect your elders thing is huge.
It is.
Back home. And so coming here and that not.
I think the Indians have that too. Because I noticed that with them too. Like they very, but I think even the way we speak though, for example, like for us, if you older than me, right, I don't address you by you.
Right.
I gotta say they because it's a form of respect. In my country.
Right.
So if I say you, it's almost as if I'm disrespecting you. But in America, we're the same age. We're not the same age.
Right.
It's you.
It's you.
Or he or she.
Okay.
You don't put a they as a sign of respect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but back home we have that. Like we'll say they, but it's more so to basically show respect.
To show respect.
Yeah. It's not because there's so many, it's a plural thing, it's more of a respect thing.
Right.
Because you can't call an old person you.
You, right.
It's like they, disrespect them. So it's so interesting.
It's so interesting, yeah.
Yeah, because back home that's like one of the things, like, man, you gotta respect your elder people.
Yeah, you gotta respect your elders. Yeah, I see some of that, like obviously in the African American community, when they respect the.
Oh, they do, especially I feel like the OGs. Oh man, they really pay homage because they talk about like the whole grandma.
Right.
They have the whole grandma concept. It's kind of similar to us because the grandma was like the person that kind of, you know, made sure everybody, you know,
connected everybody together,
exactly.
made sure that everybody was,
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
that's true.
going through it.
I agree with that.
Yeah, so I
see
see that, but no, there's in the schools, you get to see everything.
Yeah.
And then you go home, and your mom is expecting you to be like just like a, you know, like an African,
and now you're like conflicted because you don't know how to act.
You don't know how to act.
You're like, well, I just saw this kid say like no to their mom, so I'm like, should I try it?
Right.
But then you might die.
No, but you might die. There you might die, or you may get sent back to Africa.
Yeah, oh man, that was a threat. They used to say that all the time.
Yo.
Remember when your parents were like, "I'm gonna send you back."
Yo, I'm gonna send you back home.
Man, I'd be like, "No, don't send me back."
Exactly. He's like, "What? You're gonna go back home?"
But now looking back, I'm like, if they would say send me, I'm gonna say, "No, send me back."
And yeah.
Yeah, because you can come back later.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And maybe it's even better at times. You know what I'm saying? Because like, dang. Like,
yeah, I remember back then I'd be like, no, don't send me back. Okay, I'll behave.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
Yeah, I think for me, like the reason why I resisted wanting to go back all the time is because the friends that I had started to make.
Okay.
You know, and just how open people are, you know, like I learned a lot of my, you know, communicating with my friends and being open, being able to express myself through my friends, not even home, because culturally, like, I don't know, for sure in my household, like it wasn't easy for me to express how I feel about things because we're looked at as kids, just a kid. You're a kid. You
don't know. It's like back home, the older people always know more than you,
exactly.
and that's not the reality.
And that's not the reality.
Because look at like the world we live in today. Like younger people know about technology more than older people.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. That back home is the reality. Is I'm older and I know more.
No, I know more.
Yeah.
So I never felt able to express myself. So I just always, the people that I could express myself with was my friends in school. They knew me more than my mom knew who I was. You know, like my mom only knew who she wanted to know of me, you know, which is like I had to abide by all the rules of the house, you know what I mean? Like, and I mean, I was a good person, but it's just getting to really know me was my friends got to know me. And that's why every time she'd be like, I'm taking you back home, I'm like, dang, but my friends know me. Like, what do you mean? Like, you know? And yeah, so that was really challenging in high school for sure.
Yeah.
I moved schools like 7 times in high school. Like my mom, I know, she was like not into like any friends that I made. And she was like, oh, no, I don't like this.
Yeah, she was like,
we off to the next one.
Yeah, it's funny. My mom, you're saying with my mom, because I didn't meet my friends. And it's funny, I mean, you can knock them off for it, but sometimes you can't. Because, like, I'm going to be honest with you, like, if I look back at my life, personally, I don't think there's much that I would change looking back at it now.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the way my parents disciplined me kind of helped me. Like, if I look at all my friends, like, I met most of the people around me today in college.
Yeah.
So I was outside of my parents' like house or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I have more freedom to be able to meet. But then around that time, I'm old, so I can make better decisions.
Better decisions, yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
because the people around you can influence you. So I get why the parents don't want you to be around anybody.
Yes.
You know, but like I said, they don't know how to articulate that. They just say don't meet people.
Yeah.
Which is not the right way.
I agree 100%. You know, like, because looking at my dynamic, you know, my mom was a single mom.
Yeah.
And so, like, on top of working, you know, coming here, you got to work.
Right.
She had multiple jobs.
Right.
And trying to keep track of me coming home from school and then her coming from work and trying to get everything, like, that was a lot for a single parent. So, yeah, I totally see how she tried to, like, really help in sheltering me from that because, yeah, we do, like, if she had kept me sheltered until I was older enough to be grown and make better decisions, yeah, it would have been way better as opposed to me trying to figure out stuff and make friends at that age that really didn't even serve me at that time. Like, I could see that. So, like, I really do appreciate that even though, you know, like, I rebelled.
Yeah.